we're now going to invite Cedric back to share a second practice with you that I believe will be even more powerful for you than the first. So to recap, the first was all about living through the sensorial, being aware of your five senses, which I shared with you at the end of the video, but even more importantly, becoming aware of the sensations in your body as you go through life. Now we're going to take that to the next level with how do you move through those deep emotions that you've been holding on to? How do you just release them so you can be more of yourself in everyday life? This is super powerful. And again, if you're curious to learn more about Cedric before I pass it on to him, you can learn more about him at the emotionalhealthinstitute.org. So with that, let's pass it on to Cedric for the second practice.
Hello, it is good to be with you again. I sincerely hope that after the first video, you took the opportunity to be intimate with your sensations. You took an opportunity to notice how your body reacts during your day. If you really did the exercise that we offered last time, which was when you feel a funk, whatever it is, to pay attention to the sensations, you might have noticed that the moment when you pay attention to your sensation, the moment when you felt an emotion, most of the time, this moment creating these emotions are non-events. You see, a disruptive emotional pattern, your body letting you know that you feel an emotional difficulty, is nothing else than an obsolete prediction from your brain. You see, your disruptive emotional pattern, your anxieties, your anger, etc., it is nothing else than an old, non-updated prediction from your brain. So basically, when you're feeling an emotional difficulty, it is your body memory not being congruent to the reality of your life, to the reality of your environment. That means that you're living a life, and I'm living a life, distorted by our past experiences, by informations that never had a chance to be updated. Nowadays, we understand how the brain constructs emotion. At the origin of every single one of our emotional patterns is always the same kind of event. It is a moment of trauma, a moment of intense stress. What is a trauma? A trauma is just an instant that holds too much stress for us to take on at that time. That's what a trauma is. It doesn't have to be something excessively marking. A trauma for a baby can seem irrelevant for an adult. So I'm going to repeat that. A trauma is just a moment, an instant that holds too much stress for our body to take on at that very moment. I'm going to share with you about how the brain constructs emotion because I think it's important so we can, again, own what's happening inside of us. Stop blaming others or life events for the way we feel. Once we take responsibility for how we feel, we become master of our own life. And we stop having a distorted view and appreciation on others and life events. So the brain is a fine-tuned machine to predict. At the origin of every single one of our pattern, emotional pattern, is a trauma. Now, to give you an idea, what you and I are aware of right now, consciously, is about 2,000 bits of information per second. That's what your conscious mind is aware of. 2,000 bits of information per second, processed at a speed of about 100 miles per hour. What your subconscious is gathering at the same time is 400 billion bits of information per second. So you see, 2,000 versus 400 billion. Your subconscious mind, my subconscious mind, is processing data at a speed of about 100,000 miles per hour, compared to 100 miles per hour for the conscious mind. One of the main roles of the conscious mind is to create a filter, so we can filter informations around us for us to be able to have a conversation, to hold a job, to have a life. When we live a trauma, when we experience a trauma, The conscious mind is shutting down. It's a natural process happening so we do not suffer too much. However, the subconscious mind is going to act like a recorder, like a recording device, like the black box of a plane. When trauma happens, conscious mind is disconnected, disassociate, and the subconscious mind record ton of data. What you see, what you hear, what you smell, everything that is gatherable through the five senses, and what you're feeling inside of your body as well. But not in the same way that your cognitive way apprehend life. Your subconscious mind is going to gather about 400 billion bits of information per second in a non-linear way, extremely fast. It is impossible to consciously realize the way that the subconscious apprehend and relate to life. Anyway, in our life, we live from the moment of conception up until now. A lot of this trauma, most of them, we do not remember them because the part of the brain that allows us to remember memory is disconnected during the very high stress. The cognitive forgets, the body or the subconscious never does. When after our trauma, our body is exposed to one or several elements that it recognized being present during one of our trauma, the subconscious mind is going to predict what you are about to feel based on what was felt at the very instant of the original trauma. It is going to predict the physical sensations that you're about to feel and is going to generate them. Those physical sensations is what we referred in the first video as interoception. They are the sensations that are letting you know that you feel an emotion. Those physical sensations are just a prediction based on the past. You see, the problem every time is that every time we feel an emotion, we do two things. Either way, we control the emotion, or we try to control what created the emotion. Every time we do that, we are reinforcing the message to the brain that a danger is about to happen exactly how it happened originally. A danger must be about to happen because we take control. The prediction is going to keep on repeating. Your body is going to keep on generating those old sensations. So, how can we stop this hellish pattern? Well, by simply staying with the prediction without acting on it, without trying to control what created the prediction, or without trying to control the prediction. Easier said than done. So I'm going to invite you to go a bit further, as we did last time. From today on, I'm going to invite you, when you feel an emotional difficulty, to close your eyes if you can and pay attention to those physical sensations that let you know that a danger is coming. Beyond the concept of anxiety, beyond the concept of anger, all these are labels and are irrelevant. If your body is having an emotional difficulty, it is simply because your body is predicting a danger. Now, the fact of the matter is, in your life currently, there is no danger anymore. We might make up a story for why we feel anxious or angry, but the truth and the matter is, the integrity of our body is not jeopardized at the moment of our emotion. It's just a fact. So next time you're going to feel in a funk, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and pay attention to the sensations in your body, 2 to 3 sensations at once, and to remain engaged with those sensations, to keep on feeling those sensations without acting on them, without controlling them, without judging them, to keep on feeling them until they abate. This will take between 2 seconds and 2 minutes maximum. But you need to stay consciously engaged in feeling what's happening in your body with curiosity until the sensations come down. What is happening at this point is that you're letting the prediction plays out until the very end. And for the body, for the brain, at the end of this prediction, you're supposed to be hit by some kind of danger. The fact is, nothing will happen to you. At the end of the prediction, nothing happens. You're safe and sound. From that very second, your prediction will be updated. And that funk that you just felt 2 minutes ago, if you really did not control anything, will never come back. Never. We are learning in our life by constantly updating predictions. Predictions are being updated if there is no stress or no danger. By consciously being with your sensations in a safe environment, you are showing your brain and your body memory that nowadays what used to be maybe part of a danger is irrelevant to your safety. So take the time to feel in yourself what your body is afraid of, without judgment, without control. Take the time to consciously do nothing. And when I say do nothing, it's on purpose. Doing nothing for us human beings is an action. If we don't do anything, our mind wanders. We try to find solution, which is a way to control. We think about something else, which is a way to distract ourselves. Doing nothing for human beings is an action. Do nothing as your body is going through a prediction. And notice the magic of the body. Notice how resilient your body is and how your life can be completely changed when our life is not impacted by our old wound. We can actually feel the emotions that are congruent with our current reality. A lot of our past experiences are acting like thieves. They are stealing us from the wonder of our current life. So now, it's in your hand. Have fun with it. Be curious about it. Use life and your body as a laboratory. I am looking forward to maybe see you soon. Have a great life. Thank you.
All right, another powerful practice. I hope you really enjoyed that and started to get excited about the possibilities of what you can do with that. I mean, it's so amazing. You can just pause through your day 2 minutes and say, okay, let me just feel the sensations, the tightness, the contractions in my body all at once. Or you can make it into a longer practice that you do 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or you can think about things that really feel like blockages for you and then stop thinking and just feel what you're feeling as you start to think about them. So it's so powerful. It's something that Cedric guides his clients through, so you can learn more about him if you want to do it with him directly, or you can just practice it for yourself. So I hope this was helpful. And now let's move on to the third practice in the next video.